Listen, if you're a man who's tired of looking in the mirror and feeling like you're not living anywhere close to your potential, if your energy is low, your discipline is slipping, your testosterone feels like it's on life support, and you're starting to feel more soft than ever day by day, then this is the most important video you will ever watch this year. Because I'm about to show you the exact method I've used to help myself and hundreds of other men level up their fitness, their face, and their hormones to look and feel amazing.
A good man is a man who can protect and who can provide and who can serve, who can comfort, who can reprimand, who can discipline, whatever's necessary to make the world a little better because he passed through.
The loud voices of this world are the 99% who don't understand exactly what you have to do. That's why when I speak and you don't understand me, it's probably a good thing. Because that probably means I'm in an area of life that you're not in.
To give you a little backstory about how I got into this position, I wasn't always the man I am today. There was a time where I felt disconnected from myself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. My testosterone was low, my energy was trash, I didn't look the way I wanted, and I sure as hell didn't feel like a man who could lead or protect a family. I had the physique and energy levels of someone who was 70 years old, but not the physique and energy levels of a man in his 20s. I told myself excuses, I avoided my potential, I avoided the hard things, and one day it hit me hard. I was turning into a man I swore I would never become, and that thought kept me awake at night. I couldn't sleep. I kept imagining myself getting older with zero energy, no drive, no spark, no confidence, no adventure, no purpose. Just a soft belly, skinny arms, stuck in a job I hate. I can't talk to a girl. I can't walk in a room and get respect. Or even worse, I can't even respect myself. That vision scared the hell out of me. That's when I said enough. I'm rebuilding myself from the ground up. No shortcuts, no excuses, no more lying to myself. And that's the exact reason I wake up every day now. And I work on myself, physically, mentally, and financially. I focus on fixing my hormones, fixing my habits, building a physique that helps me feel confident and proud of myself, strengthening my faith every day, becoming a protector, not just a provider. Get back the caveman inside me to life. And now, today, I'm going to be exposing everything I have learned making this transformation to help any man out there who is struggling with his physique, his energy levels, or any of the above, to start feeling like an alpha regardless of your age. Because in this generation, we have the information and the science to feel like an alpha no matter your age. So it's completely your choice to look good or just look average. It is completely your choice to feel amazing or feel average. And now, before I get into breaking this system down, I want to make sure this is the right thing for you. This is for you if you're the man who feels like his testosterone is dropping. If you feel like something inside you is just getting weaker, you're tired all the time, you're avoiding even the simple things that you know you should do. It's not laziness. It's like your own body is fighting you. Every step feels heavy. You feel like you're stuck in your own head while life keeps moving forward. And that's for the man who feels his discipline is fading. You used to be sharper, stronger. Now, the habits that once built you feel harder to follow. You keep slipping, you keep losing small battles every day, and you're just watching yourself fall behind. That's for the man who feels weaker than he should be. Not just physically, mentally. You can't push through hard moments like before. You feel less in control, less grounded, less like the man you know you can be. This is for the man who feels like he's not showing up as the man he promised. You had a vision of the man you wanted to become, strong, confident, disciplined, but every day you feel the gap growing between who you are and who you said you would be. That's for the man who wants confidence, strength, purpose, and his energy back. You want to feel that fire again. You want to feel solid in your own skin, in control of your life, ready to lead, protect, and become the man your family can rely on. And let's make it clear, this is not for you if you are the man who wants shortcuts. If you want the results without the work, you want the body, the discipline, the transformation, but you don't want to spend time to find solution, to apply, plan, fail, learn, and try again. You chase the easy way instead of becoming the man who earns it. This is not for the man who needs motivation instead of habits. You sit and wait for a spark, a feeling to push you, but motivation gonna fade every time. Habits, discipline, and consistency are what's going to build real man and real results. If you rely on feelings, this isn't for you. And that's not for the man who wants to stay weak and stuck, who avoid discomfort, who run from challenges, who hide in comfort and call it okay. And this is not for the man who refuses to take responsibility. You blame others, you make excuses, you play the victim. Life respects the man who owns his action, who faces his demons and say, try me. And that's not for the man who chooses to stay a victim of the system that wants weak men. You let the world shape you. You accept being average. You believe that you cannot rise, you cannot fight, you cannot become more. You just hand your power away without even trying to take it back. Now that I am talking to the right person, let's continue. Most men believe the lie that getting older means getting softer, weaker, lower testosterone, a dying sex drive, no energy, belly fat, that they need to live with this forever. But that's only true if you live like the average man. The man who accepts that he cannot do anything, he cannot level up, he gives up and let life control him. He stops searching for solutions. But once we fix your hormones, we fix your habits, we build the systems, you become a different human. You become a superhuman, some could call it. We live in a world today that is not built for humans. It's more built for machines. Seriously, think about it. 1,000 years ago, we lived in caves and we hunted all day to feed our families, right? We'd walk 10 hours straight, we carry a 50 kg of meat on our backs, we fight wolves, we battle other tribes, kill or be killed. That was a man's life, provide and protect. Fast forward of today, 95% of men, they can't do 10 push-ups, they can't do a single pull-up, they can't even run for 5 minutes. We got comfortable. We focused only on providing, the paycheck, the bills, the survival mode, but we forget the other half, protection. That's why your inner caveman is screaming at you. That's why your testosterone is dropping. That's why you feel disconnected, you feel empty, you feel lost. Your body knows something is wrong. Your body knows you're not living like you're built to live. But don't worry, I'm not gonna let this happen to you. I'm not gonna let you become one of those men who wakes up at 40 or 50 realizing he wasted his best years. He can't have sex as one he was in his 20s, or he can't lift heavy or recover as he used to be. He having pain everywhere, his elbow, his knee, his back, and he needs to get used to live with this low energy. If you're watching this right now, I'm going to show you exactly how to level up your fitness, your face, and optimize your hormones to look and feel like an alpha in the next 6 months. So I just finished my workout. I will go home, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna have my post-workout meal. Then I will break down in the next 20 to 30 minutes the whole system. I recommend you to get pen and paper and take notes. Let's get it. Here is the step-by-step system men used inside the Alpha Method to level up their fitness, faith, and hormones in as little as 6 months if you applied everything as I say. There are 4 stages of the Alpha Method. Stage 1, the diet plan. What to eat, how much to eat, and when to eat. To boost metabolism, to balance your insulin, and keep your energy stable all day. Stage 2 is the training part. How to give it 100% in the gym without overtraining, and that's something I did for years, to be honest. And I didn't understand back then that it was affecting my hormones in a negative way. Stage 3, the supplements, peptides, and steroids that can help, and how to do it the right way with real science and experience behind it. Because with steroids, if abused it, it can get a negative side effect. But if you know how to use it exactly, it will help you a lot, and I mean a lot. Stage 4, the habits. The habits I build around my lifestyle to keep my hormones active and balanced. From morning habits to evening habits, hydration, digestion, recovery, and blood work. I will show you how every small thing you do daily gonna affect your testosterone, your cortisol, your thyroid function, and your growth hormone levels. Guys, this is not a motivational video. This is pure education. It will change your life forever. You will finish this video and you will be like, whoa, I need to start doing something. So let's get it. Stage 1, nutrition. We will split this into 3 parts: tracking macros, what food to eat, and meal timing. Breakfast, pre-workout, and post-workout meal. Let's start with part 1, tracking macros. I always knew I had to track my macros, but I never really applied it. I used to just eat clean, gas, avoid junk food, keep carbs low, and focus on protein. But I had no idea how many calories I was eating or what my body actually needed. Once I start tracking everything, my protein, my carbs, my fat, everything changed. Now I could choose different foods every day. I can stay consistent long term and actually understand what's happening inside my body. But here's what most people don't get. Tracking macros isn't just about losing fat or building muscle. It's about understanding how your body functions, how your hormones respond to food, and how every meal you eat can push your body to be activated better. It's like a car engine. You're feeding it petrol or just water. Your hormones literally react to what you eat, when you eat it, and how much you eat of it. Protein gonna feed your muscles. It's gonna boost your testosterone and it's going to prevent muscle breakdown. Carbs is gonna control your insulin, and insulin is the most anabolic hormone in your body. If you time the carbs right, you will build muscle and you will recover faster. If you eat them wrong, you just gonna store fat, you're gonna spike your insulin, and you're going to crash your growth hormone. Fat's gonna give your body cholesterol, and that's the main building block of testosterone, estrogen, and cortisol. Once I understood this, everything clicked. My energy went up, my recovery got faster, I built more muscle, I burned more fat, and finally I started seeing results. Because now I wasn't just tracking numbers, I was eating for my hormones, not just my macros. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, all this hormone stuff, but I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. And that's something I always love to educate my clients more about. So let's go for part 2, what food to eat. It's not just about calories. It's about how clean your food is. Most of the food today is made in labs. It's full of chemicals, seed oil, and ingredients that we never heard of. And that's all gonna destroy our hormones. And the sad part is companies, they make billions of money from this shit. They're making it more and more addictive every day. So we come and buy more, and guess what? They don't give a fuck about our health. But I guess you watching this, you already understand the game. Our goal is to eat real food. Real food that helps our body produce more testosterone, keep our estrogen and cortisol low, the stress hormone, and at the same time keeps our insulin stable all day. Let's break it down. The best protein source for testosterone is whole eggs, 3 to 5 per day at least. Get the organic one if possible. Second, you can have steak or minced beef. It's high in zinc and creatine, both gonna support your testosterone. Organic meat like liver, kidney, heart, it's rich in vitamin B and minerals. You can have fish, salmon, sardines, all kind of fish, oysters, mussel. It's packed with zinc. Chicken breast, it's good, but don't make it your only source because it's too lean and it doesn't have much fat. I say 40% of my diet is chicken breast, 40% is beef and fish, and 20% is eggs. Best fat for hormone health is butter, olive oil, avocado, nuts, and coconut oil. And stay away from seed oil. They increase inflammation and estrogen in your body. Remember, fat and cholesterol feeds your hormones. Don't be scared of them. So what's the best carbs for insulin control? Potatoes, sweet potato, rice, sourdough bread, fruits like pineapple, kiwi, dates. Always mix carbs with fiber, veggies or fruits. It's going to slow your sugar absorption and keep your insulin stable. Fiber also helps your body flush the estrogen and keeps your testosterone high. With vegetables, I always add a salad or green with every meal. They keep your digestion healthy and help your liver detox excess estrogen. My favorite veggies are broccoli, lettuce, cucumber, asparagus. Veggies doesn't have much calories. Part 3, meal timing. Now let's talk about meal timing because it's not just about what you eat, it's when you eat it. Your hormones run on a clock. And if you eat the wrong thing at the wrong time, you're gonna mess it up. When you wake up, your growth hormone, the GH, is going to be at its highest. And that's your body's natural fat burning and muscle repair phase. Growth hormone gonna peak during your sleep and it's gonna stay high in the morning. If you eat carbs right after you wake up, your insulin gonna spikes and insulin gonna kill your growth hormone. That's why I always tell my clients don't eat carbs for breakfast unless you're training in the next 2-3 hours. If you're not training soon, your first meal should be just protein, fat and fiber, no carbs. That's gonna keep your GH and testosterone high. It's gonna stable your cortisol and keeps your insulin low. Example of breakfast, if you're not training early, you can have 3 or 5 eggs, whole eggs, 1 avocado or some olive oil, salad or green on the side, some tomato. So this combination will give your body clean energy from fat and it will help you burn fat all morning while keeping your hormone balance. Now if you're training in the morning or before noon, that's when carbs make sense. About 60 to 90 minutes before you work out, have protein, carbs, and low fat. Example, cream of rice or sweet potato with chicken breast or egg white. That insulin spikes before training will give your muscle energy and it's going to improve your performance. It's about timing. You raise insulin only when your body needs it. After training, your growth hormone is still high. So here's how to do it right. Take 60 grams of iso whey protein, zero sugar, immediately after you work out for fast absorption and muscle recovery. Then wait around 1 hour before having your full meal with carbs. This is gonna give your body time to use that growth hormone for recovery and fat burning before insulin takes over. When it's time for the full meal, go for protein, carbs, fiber. Like for example, you can have white fish, chicken breast, some minced beef, rice with potato. You can have a salad on the side. Carbs here are good because insulin will now help pushes the nutrients into the muscle cells. You just don't want that insulin high all day long. The goal is to spike it when needed, pre and post workout, and keep it low the rest of the time. That's how you build muscle and burn fat at the same time. Guys, hopefully you are taking notes. And one more thing, eating carbs too late at night, especially eating sugar, it's gonna drop your GH production and it can increase your estrogen because your body will focus on digesting instead of recovering. So remember this rule. Keep your carbs for when you earn them, before and 1 hour after training. Keep fat and protein for the rest of the day. That's how you control insulin. Keep your growth hormone high and let your testosterone do its job. Once you master this, your energy, your recovery, and fat loss and muscle building will be next level. I'm trying to talk slowly, so I want you to take notes and I want you to memorize everything I'm saying, okay? And I'm sure if you are serious about this, you're gonna watch this video again and again. Second, training. This is the next stage and probably one of the biggest mistakes I made in my journey. For years, I thought the more I trained, the better I'd look. 6, sometimes 7 days a week, no rest days. I was pushing myself to the edge, sore, tired, barely recovering, but thinking this is what winners do, right? I was so motivated. What I didn't realize that I was destroying my hormones. And all this stress was raising my cortisol, increasing my estrogen, and lowering my testosterone and growth hormone. So even though I was training hard, I was actually slowing down my progress. Once I understood this, everything changed. Now I train smart, not just hard. I focus on my recovery. My routine now is 4 weight training days per week, 25 to 30 minutes focus sessions, training till failure. No distraction, no talking to a friend, and 30 minutes of incline walk or light cardio. I do it 6, 7 times a week. I also do abs 3 times a week for 10, 20 minutes. This gives me the perfect balance. I'm training hard enough to grow, but not stressing my body to the point it kills my hormone. When recovery became your main focus, that's how you're going to see results. I drink 3 to 4 liters of water every day, at least. I get 20% of my carbs from fruits for antioxidants, which lower inflammation and protect testosterone. And drink coconut water for electrolytes. But watch out, guys. Coconut water have a lot of carbs, so make sure you adding this to my fitness pal, because I had some clients who was drinking 2 or 3 coconut water every day, and guess what? Each 500 ml have 50 grams of carbs. That's a lot. During training, I take BCAA to protect muscle from breakdown. And I always make sure to get enough salt, sodium. Celtic salt is the best. Don't get the cheap one. Celtic salt, all the Himalayan pink salt. Because sodium gonna help absorb nutrients, and it's going to support both your thyroid function and cortisol balance. Sometimes I also do a sauna session and massages. This helps improve my blood flow, it clear out the waste from the muscle and keep growth hormone high while reducing cortisol. I say if you can do twice a week, do a sauna session and do a deep tissue massage twice a week. Here's the truth. Overtraining doesn't make you strong. It kills your gains, especially when you get older. When you train smart, when you recover right, and support your body with hydration, electrolytes, and the right supplements, that's when you hit every workout with full intensity. That's how you build real muscle. You burn fat and you keep your hormones working at their best. Stage 3, supplements. When it comes to supplements, every single thing I take is about keeping my hormones in check. For example, BCAA, I take during training to stop muscle breakdown. It feeds my muscle, it supports my testosterone. I take BCAA not during training like while I'm training, because I take pills, so I take it like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes before I go to the gym. Second supplement is creatine. I take 5 grams every day. It helps me lift heavier, recover faster, and it even gives a small boost of testosterone and IGF-1. Glutamine. I use it after training or before bed. It helps control your cortisol, support your recovery, and keeps your muscle from breaking down. And glutamine is a game changer if you have any digestion issues. I say take 10 grams every single day. I say take it in the morning. For digestion issues, take it in the morning when you first wake up. Mix it with some ginger, salt, lemon. Put 10 grams of glutamine. It doesn't have taste, and drink it. And thank me later. And then I take melatonin 5 milligrams before bed. It lowers your cortisol, it improves your sleep quality, and it boosts your growth hormone naturally. Melatonin is next level. I don't have any problem with my sleep, but after I took melatonin, I understood how deep sleep is. Vitamin D, I take it in the morning with my breakfast. If you're not taking any steroids, if you want to boost your testosterone naturally, you need to take at least 5,000 IU of vitamin D every day. It's gonna help a lot. For protein, I always have Isoway right after training, as I said, around 60 grams, because it's fast absorbing and feeds your muscle while growth hormone is still high. Berberine, I take it before meals, especially meals that's rich in carbs. If you're eating your pre-workout meal and post-workout meal, it's full in carbs, make sure you take berberine supplement. It helps control your insulin spikes, it keeps your estrogen in check, and it supports fat loss. Write this down. I also use Celtic salt. I use 1 or 2 grams with each meal, depending on how many meals I'm eating. So in total, I say 5 to 7 grams of Celtic salt. It's important for your thyroid. It supports your thyroid health. It helps your hormone balance. Sodium is the most important thing, guys. Make sure you're eating salt, Celtic salt. Don't be scared of salt. And the second supplement is arginine. I take it in the morning if I have a workout, before the workout with breakfast, or if I don't have a weight training session, I take it at night before I go to bed. It boosts blood flow and it helps growth hormone release at night. Even melatonin, it helps your GH release at night. Omega-3, I take 2 to 3 grams every day. It reduces my inflammation. That's why junk food is gonna kill your hormones, because it's gonna cause inflammation in your body. The goal here is to reduce the inflammation as much as possible. And finally, last supplement is DIM, D-I-M. I take it with meals. It helps detox excess estrogen so testosterone can stay dominant. Get rid of estrogen. That's how you boost your testosterone. Everything I take is intentional, nothing random. They all feed your hormones, they reduce stress on the body, and they make your training, your recovery, and fat loss better. If your hormones are optimized, your energy, your muscle growth, your fat burning, all gonna go up. That's why supplements are the last piece of the puzzle. Only after your habits, your nutrition, and training are solid. Now let's talk about peptides. And no, these are not steroids. Peptides are a short chain of amino acid, basically building blocks of protein. But the magic is in how they work in your body. Certain peptides, they signal your gland to release more of your natural hormones. 4 of my favorite peptides. First one is growth hormone. Believe it or not, GH, growth hormone, is a peptide. So I take 3 IU daily. Now I up the dosage, I'm taking 4 IU. I prefer to take it in the morning. Some people, they take it in the morning. Some people, they take it before bed. I try to take it before bed, but it gave me this caffeine feeling. So it kept me awake. So I prefer to take it in the morning when I first wake up. So basically GH gonna help with recovery, with fat burning, with muscle burning, and it's going to improve your sleep quality. Basically, it supports your body's natural repair system while boosting your metabolism and maintaining lean muscle. Most of Hollywood actors, they take GH. They take a lot of peptides. Even they take testosterone, TRT. And the reason they take growth hormone is because the skin, the beauty. Basically, it's like anti-aging drug, you know. So the second favorite peptide is BPC 157. I take around 500 mcg every day. So I inject this near my knee because I have an injury. So the best thing to do with BPC is injected near the injury. And when I say injected in your knee, I mean in the skin. So like you inject growth hormone, you use an insulin needle, you inject it in the skin. It's not for muscle growth, but for joint and tendon repair. It reduces inflammation, it helps injuries, it helps your injuries to heal faster. It's like magic. The third favorite supplements, CGC 1295 or Simorelin. These are growth hormone releasing peptides. So the difference between this and the growth hormone is they help produce your GH naturally, while growth hormone, you're just replacing your actual growth hormone, right? It's like when you take testosterone, your body not gonna produce testosterone anymore because you're already giving it testosterone. And you can think about CGC like a test booster supplement, like ashwagandha. I don't believe that ashwagandha works, to be honest. It's gonna work for the first 3 weeks, and after that, it's gonna raise your cortisol and it's gonna start doing negative side effects. That's something good to mention. I'm not a believer of any natural test boosters, like I think they call Chinese herbs or whatever, like ashwagandha, ginseng, shilajit, all this stuff. I'm not a big fan, especially for boosting your testosterone. If you want to take shilajit for health benefit, it's okay, it's good. But if you want to take it as it's going to boost your testosterone, I'm not, like I tried it before, didn't work, it's bullshit. That's my honest opinion. Anyway, so CGC and Simorelin, they're gonna tell your gland to produce more of your own GH naturally. The big difference is if you take Simorelin or CGC 1295, you don't need to take external GH. So don't take GH and CGC. It doesn't make sense. your body gonna make it itself. So they improve recovery, they improve muscle growth, skin quality, sleep, and even fat metabolism. You can take them in the morning or before bed. So basically my partner, she been taking Cimarolene for like 4 weeks now, and her sleep improved a lot, even her recovery, and she's feeling more energetic. Last peptide, GLP-1. This peptide controls your appetite. It keeps your insulin stable and supports your fat loss. I only use it when I'm cutting or I need help with managing my hunger. It helps prevent overeating without affecting your hormones negatively. So if you have like an appetite, like a big appetite, and you can't control yourself, GLP-1 can help. The key thing with peptides is that they enhance your body's natural hormone production. Instead of forcing it like steroids, they work with your biology. They support your recovery and your growth, and it's safe. Steroids are safe if we don't abuse them, but peptides are safer. Now let's talk about enhanced option steroids. Look, steroids only work if your natural hormones are already healthy. If your sleep is bad, if your diet is trash, if your cortisol is high, and you didn't connect all the dots that I gave you, you're just gonna mess up your body even more. That's why first thing you need to do is blood test. Blood work is important. You need to know your testosterone, your estrogen levels, your thyroid function, T3, T4, your liver function, your kidney, prolactin, your cortisol, before you take any steroids. And once everything is stable and you are ready, the first step is usually testosterone. I started with 250 mg per week, and I've gone up to 400 mg. That's my highest dosage. With Armidex, every day, Armidex is an anti-estrogen because when we take testosterone, our estrogen gonna rise with the testosterone. So we need to control our estrogen. You can take it every other day or every day, depend on your body how it reacts, because everyone is different. And honestly, just 250 mg of testosterone, it's ATRT dosage. This alone gonna give you amazing results. You don't need to add any other compounds. But later on, if you're advanced and you know your blood work and you want to take to the next level, maybe you want to compete, there's another compounds you can add like masteron, boldenone, NPP or DECA, and there's primobolan. And there is a lot more steroids like trenbolone. There is some pills. I don't recommend taking pills. There is Winstrol. It's good for cutting. But I say just taking testosterone is going to give you amazing results if you're a beginner. Just understand that steroids aren't a shortcut. They are just another tool in the system. If you don't use them smartly, with the right blood work and a solid lifestyle, they will do more harm than good. Respect the process, fix your hormones by building the habits first, naturally, and only then use them to take your progress to the next level. But only if you need them. Most of my clients, they got amazing transformation without using steroids, just by applying this method. Now, I think one of the most important part, stage 4, the habits I built. It took me a long time to understand that the simple things I do every day, my habits, are either taking me closer or further from my goal. I always had good habits. I was eating clean, not much junk food, not much alcohol. I trained hard. I actually love training. I'm so motivated to train. I enjoy it. And I was taking the basic supplements. But once I understood how my hormones actually work, everything changed. Once that clicked in my head, I became obsessed. Obsessed with how I wake up, how I eat, when I eat, what I eat, how I train, how I recover, the supplements I take, the blood test I need to do. Every move I make now has a purpose. And to be honest, this keeps me motivated. And because of that, I became less stressed, more focused, and way more productive. Because now I control my time instead of rushing around. That's what I mean by building habits. It's not just discipline for the sake of being strict. It's building a lifestyle that keeps my hormones active,
balanced, and working for me every single day. Because with hormones, if it's not working with you, it's working against you 100%. First, let's start with the morning routine. Back in the day, I used to wake up 30 minutes before work. I grab a coffee, sometimes a protein shake, smoke a cigarette, maybe even take a puff of weed. I drive like a maniac, I show up late, I stress, I sweat, I feel hungry, and already tired before the day even started. What I didn't know back then was that every single morning I was spiking my cortisol, the stress hormone, which was killing my metabolism, was raising my estrogen, and dropping my testosterone by 15% every day. 15%. That's when I knew something had to change. So I built this new morning routine. 5 simple things that change everything for me. First, waking up early, 2 hours before work. I wake up at the same time every day, 2 hours before work. And doing this for a long time, it taught my body how to wake up on its own. You know, when you wake up 5 minutes before your alarm, that's your body learning what time to wake up, and that's why you feel more energetic. So instead of waking up, rushing, stressed, spiking my cortisol, skipping breakfast, no time to even wash my face, I wake up early, I wake up calm, and I wake up in control. No rush, no stress. Even if I have to wake up at 4 a.m., it doesn't matter. Back then, I used to work in the gym as a personal trainer. Sometimes I need to open the gym at 6 a.m. So I wake up at 4 a.m. Thank God I'm not doing this anymore because I didn't like it. But that's the thing. I was doing it for years because I know that's the only way it need to be done. Second, I brush my teeth, and yes, I don't use normal toothpaste. I use coconut oil. Why? Because most commercial toothpastes are full of chemicals that increase estrogen and mess with your hormones. Coconut oil actually not just healthier for our hormones, but it gives better results. Then I meditate for 20 minutes. I put on my wired earphones, not the Bluetooth one. I sit still, I breathe, and I focus on gratitude. If you have never meditated before, you will never understand how much it can change your day. You will feel calmer, you will feel you have more confidence, more focus, and it actually reduces your cortisol by up to 14%. Third, before I used to drink coffee, now I drink mix of ginger, lemon, Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt, and glutamine. I do 10 grams of glutamine. Because when you drink coffee first thing in the morning or on an empty stomach, that's even worse, it spikes cortisol and it kills your appetite. And this drink, it hydrates me, it boosts my electrolytes, and it supports my gut and my growth hormones levels. And glutamine, as I said before, it's gonna support your digestion, your recovery, and your growth hormone production. And after that, I never leave the house without at least 50 grams of protein. And that's the thing, when you wake up, your body, it's been fasting all night. Your cortisol is high in the morning, and your body is in a catabolic state, meaning it's breaking down your muscle for energy. The first thing you eat will decide what's going to happen next. If you give your body protein, you stop that muscle breakdown, and it's going to switch your body into an anabolic muscle building state. That's why I go for 50 grams of protein at least. It starts muscle recovery, supports your hormone balance, and it's gonna keep you full. Protein in the morning also helps stable your blood sugar, so your energy gonna stay and you don't get those morning crashes or cravings. You know what I mean, right? My favorite meal is egg, smoked salmon with some dill, some lemon, add a slice of sourdough bread with some fruits. Bro, I'm starving right now. I should eat something before filming this. But here's the thing. I only eat carbs in the morning if I'm training after, as I mentioned before. If you're not training, skip the carbs. That's important to understand. Guys, write this down. Carbs gonna raise your insulin. I'm gonna say it again. And insulin gonna shut your growth hormone, which is naturally at its peak in the morning. Growth hormone is what's gonna keep your metabolism fast. It's gonna help you burn fat, and it's gonna keep you lean. So by keeping carbs for later in the day or around your workouts, you will keep the GH high and stay in a fat burning zone for a longer time. That's a super important point, need to be applied every single day, especially if you're injecting GH in the morning, like I do. I know people, some of them, my clients, they used to do this. They inject 3 or 4 IU in the morning and then they eat a meal rich in carbs straight after. They like literally burning money because GH, it's not cheap at all. Now after eating my breakfast, I take my morning supplements. Then I finish my morning routine with a cold shower. It's not like a freezing cold shower, just enough to wake me up. It's gonna boost your dopamine, it's gonna improve your insulin sensitivity, and it's gonna get your body alert. You know, like, okay, I'm ready for the day. So basically, that's my morning routine. It's simple, nothing crazy, but each step helps me keep my hormones in check and active. And if it sounds complicated to you now, it's normal because you're not used to it yet. Once you repeat it long enough, any habit, it will become automatic. And that's the goal. Think of it like preparing a car before a long trip with your family. If you checked your engine, the gas, the battery, the tires, now we're ready to drive. We will be less stressed knowing that everything is fine. Right? It's the same. Next, I will show you how I end my day, my evening routine, and how it keeps my hormones balanced and my recovery on point. So basically, I used to finish work, I used to hit the gym, I used to come home from the gym, eat, maybe watch Netflix, go on social media, watch YouTube until 1 a.m. Sometimes on weekends, I just go out with friends, drink, party, come back at 5 a.m. and then sleep all day till 2 or 3 p.m. And I didn't realize how much this was killing my hormones. Your body produces most of its growth hormone from around 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's literally how God designed our body. When the sun goes down, we rest. When the sun's rise, we move. But I was missing half of this growth hormone window because every night I was just staying up late. I'd wake up tired, hungry, unmotivated, dehydrated, and it became a cycle that kept me stuck. So here's what I changed. First, before bed, I take my night stack. 5 milligrams of melatonin, magnesium, zinc, my liver, kidney, and heart support supplements. This is gonna help lower my cortisol, it's gonna calm my body, and it's gonna push me into deep sleep. And that's where your growth hormone gonna double at night. It's gonna triple. I also make sure I don't eat any carbs 1 hour before bed, just protein. Because as we said, carbs gonna spike your insulin and it's gonna crash your GH. Second, once I prepare my meals for the day, for the next day, I feel less stressed straight away. I know what I will eat. I have everything ready in the fridge. I don't need to order junk food or wait 1 hour for the delivery. Mentally, I feel more in control, more focused. And it takes me less than 1 hour, literally less than 1 hour for me or for cooking for 3 days. Like if you cook 2 or 3 kgs of chicken breast with some rice, if you have a rice cooker, it's a game changer. Just put them in the fridge. It's gonna feed you for 3 days. Cooking is like meditation for me. It makes me feel so calm. It put me into this deep relaxation. So just put some music, cook, chill, you know. I would choose to be a chef if not a coach, to be honest. Third habit, I stay away from screens 30 minutes to 1 hour before sleep. Blue light from your phone or your laptop, it's gonna kill your melatonin. And when melatonin drops, your growth hormone gonna drop. You're gonna drop by 40%. That's a lot. You can even get glasses with orange lenses to block blue light. I just ordered mine the other day. To be honest, I wanna test them. Number 4, before I go to bed, I meditate for 10-20 minutes. If you pray, you can pray. Both gonna help slow your breathing, calm your mind, and lower your cortisol. You will fall asleep faster and you will wake up feeling recharged instead of drained. Lastly, that's my secret. This one changed my sleep completely. I make a hot drink with ginger, cacao, get the organic one, a small spoon of organic honey, or you can get monk fruit, monk fruit sweetener. To be honest, that's one of the best sweeteners, monk fruit. Have a small piece of butter, I say 1 tablespoon, and coconut milk or almond milk. Make sure it's unsweetener. You can use normal milk if you want, it's up to you. You boil it for 2 minutes, it tastes amazing, but more than that, cacao gonna give you magnesium for a better sleep. It have potassium, ginger and honey gonna reduce your inflammation to help testosterone, and the butter gonna give you the healthy fat for your hormones. Fat and cholesterol are what going to feed your hormones. Guys, don't be scared of cholesterol. It's not the enemy. Sugar is. Your body needs cholesterol to produce testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, and all of the main hormones that control your mood, your muscle growth, your sex drive, your energy. When you cut all the fat out, the healthy fat, your body literally can't make hormones. That's why most people who go on a vegan diet or even they do like a clean diet and they avoid fat, they're gonna have low sex drive, they can't build muscle, especially women. Good fats like eggs, red meat, butter, olive oil, avocado, nuts, these are the real fuel for your hormones. Eat them daily. Just stay away from seed oil and processed junk. Healthy fat don't make you fat. And last thing, I take a warm shower before bed. If you have a bathtub, you're lucky. I don't have one here in Dubai. It's even better. Just add some magnesium salt, sit there for like 10 minutes and let your body relax. It's gonna calm your nervous system, gonna lower your stress hormone and help you fall asleep faster. So that's my evening routine. Simple steps, but they make a massive difference. So right now, I built the most important habits, and these are what make your hormone actually work for you. Try your best to apply all of these and make them part of your lifestyle until it becomes automatic. And here's one small advice before we go. Schedule everything in your Google Calendar and set a reminder 30 minutes before each task. Google Calendar. Learn how to manage your time. That's 90% of my clients' problem. They don't know how to manage their time. You need to learn the skill. It will change your game. You will feel more organized, you will feel more focused and way more in control. So, if you're a man who wants to become a leader, a protector, and a high value masculine force, if you want to get shredded, you want to feel more powerful, energetic, disciplined, and confident, if you want to fix your hormones, if you want to rebuild your habits and transform your identity, then the Alpha Method is the last program you will ever need. So right now you have two options. Option one, you click off this video, you go back to your life as usual, nothing changed, you keep waking up tired, you keep avoiding your potential, you keep losing your strength, your energy, your confidence, and your discipline every day. You stay the same man you've always been for too long. Or option two, you take the step very few ambitious men take. You make a decision, you commit, and you start the process that transforms every part of your life. Your body, your mind, your hormones, your faith, and your identity for good. If you're ready for option two, then I want you to click the link below and I want you to fill out a quick application. It's a short type form, it will take only 60 seconds. Tell me where you're at right now. What do you want to achieve? And why you are ready to finally become the man you meant to be. Once you submit it, I will go through it personally. And if you are a good fit, we will jump on a call and we're gonna build out your exact game plan. Once again, this is for the men who are ready to level up their fitness, their face, and optimize their hormones to look and feel their best self for the rest of their life. This is not for the man who just looking for a shortcut. Inside of my coaching, we will work with you very closely and you will gain access to a group of men on the same mission as you. And so we only bring on men who are serious and committed to change. If that is you, click the link, fill out the application, and I will personally reach out to talk with you. And take action now. We reward the first 5 action takers who join the Alpha coaching team with a 1000 action taker discount every single month. Once those spots are filled up, we go back to our full pricing. So be an action taker and I will see you on the inside. Let's go.
A good man is a man who can protect and who can provide and who can serve, who can comfort, who can reprimand, who can discipline, whatever's necessary to make the world a little better because he passed through.